Thank you, everybody, and welcome down, everyone, to our strategy overview. And at this point, you've already reviewed what the challenge is. You already know that we are the #1 weight loss and fitness platform in the world. We've helped 3 million people lose tens of millions of pounds. They've consumed 500 million of our meal replacements. You know, our strength is creating transformations. But right now, we're going to go over the strategy of how to take the challenge and create an income with it, how to turn it into a business. So guys, let me go over my quick backstory. Again, my name is Nick Sarnicola. I'm originally from Michigan. I came from a very blue-collar, middle-class upbringing, but I always knew growing up that I wanted to be very successful financially. By a show of hands, any of you guys out there ever want to be very successful financially? So yeah, most people wanted to, and I didn't know how, so I went and I played college baseball, and I thought maybe I'll be rich one day, I'll be a professional baseball player. But fortunately, I was introduced to the #1 way that success is created for people financially, and it's called entrepreneurship. And I immediately fell in love with the idea of becoming an entrepreneur. And the reason why is because, you know, I'm the type of person that couldn't see myself, you know, having someone I had to report to every single day, that I was working harder than, making less money than, and that I was smarter than. You know, I also know there's a lot of people that might be here today that, you know, they don't want to have a glass ceiling. They want to make more money. And I didn't want to have a ceiling, how much income that I could earn, right? Let alone hours, being able to control time. Instead of somebody being able to say, be here at this time, leave at this time, take your lunch at that time. How many of you guys would love to just be able to control your time if that was all that you had to control over, right? So some people just aren't pursuing their passion. They want to have freedom. You know, all I know is entrepreneurs are born out of a frustration of some sort. You get frustrated with something so much, and then you make a decision to change it. So I wanted to be highly successful, couldn't find the way. Entrepreneurship was the way. I quickly learned, though, there's only 3 ways that you can really do this. #1 is you can start your own company, start your own business. Any traditional business owners in the room by show of hands? Fantastic. Well, problem with that is you got to have your own idea. And then after you have your own idea, you got to create your own system, and you got no help in that. And then you got to be able to find the money to fund that. And 9 out of 10 businesses fail in their first 3 years because of the fact that they really don't know how to run them, right? So people borrow money from the bank, or they most likely borrow money from friends and family, and then within 3 years, that money's gone, and they owe it back. So the second way I found out was something called franchising. The problem with franchising is that it was extremely expensive. The systems work, but to buy a Curves, to buy a Subway, to buy a Quiznos, to buy a Burger King, I didn't have, at 18 years old, $2 million laying around to go buy a World's Gym, or you name the franchise. So the third option that I quickly learned about was that you could join a direct selling company, or you could join a network marketing company. This made sense. Yeah, you could spend $500, $1,000. You could get started with a company. You could start with a part-time, spare time. They would teach you and educate you how to be an entrepreneur, and one day you could go at it full bore. I fell in love with this idea, and not to mention it was really the only option for me at that age. So I got started. I started chipping away at it, learning, growing. But by my 5th year, I got to over $25,000 a month in earnings. By my 7th year, by age 25, I'd earned my first million. And then I've earned tens of millions of dollars over the last 17 years in this style of marketing. On that journey, my business partners and I recognized something. We recognized that the industry of direct selling was pretty archaic. It lacked innovation. It wasn't mainstream. It was pretty counterintuitive. Another way to say it is a lot of people just looked at it as, that's weird. And we said, what if we took this industry and we innovated it? What if we took this industry and we made it mainstream? What if we made it so people were just excited and proud to be a part of it? And that's what we did. And we created a company 10 years ago called ViSalus. And now today, 10 years old, we've done nearly $2 billion in sales. We are the leader in innovation, entrepreneurial thinking, technology, cutting-edge science, 3 million transformations so far physically. We've created over 18,000 BMW qualifiers. We've created 800 six-figure earners and even 52-plus millionaires on this journey so far. And my partners, Blake Mullen, Ryan Blair, and myself, this is what we want to do for the rest of our lives, is lead this company across the globe, creating successful entrepreneurs that want to go out there and fight this challenge of the obesity epidemic. How many of you guys know someone today that is either overweight, 7 out of 10 Americans, raise your hand if you know someone like that, or suffers from obesity, clinically suffers from obesity, right? 25% of the population on the planet today suffers from obesity. Guys, I don't know of anything in the history of the planet that 2 billion people at the same time suffered from, and it's growing every day. It's the fastest growing epidemic in the world. So what do we want to do? We want to be the company that creates the most transformations in history, helping the most people get the body and the health of their dreams. What I know for sure is when you give someone a transformation, you change everything about their life. And there's not many things you can do that with. Maybe a spiritual transformation, a personal growth, personal development, and a physical transformation. And literally within months, we give people their lives back. How many guys, by a show of hands, wouldn't mind having a business where you made money by helping people have a physical transformation? He'd be okay with that. We are the only company in the world that has figured out how to use group fitness as a form of product distribution to create entrepreneurs to make money every single month residually through people working out. Now, how do you get started? 2 ways. Number 1 is there's an executive promoter system, $499. Number 2 is there's a star promoter system, $999. The executive promoter system is going to give you your first kit as well as some additional products for you to get your first 3 customers and first 3 business partners. We'll talk about that in a second. A star promoter system is for someone that's more aggressive. They're going to get everything that's in the executive promoter system as well as some additional products. The idea is get all those things out to the marketplace, to the people that you know, so you can begin converting, and create a bigger income faster. So when you're looking at this, guys, we're talking about starting a business with $500 to $1,000. Today, an iPhone costs more than $500, right? I meet people all the time. They're like, oh, I just got a flat screen TV, and they have no business spending $1,000 on a TV because they're always broke. It's funny, is people always find money to buy stuff. If you want to be broke the rest of your life, buy stuff. But if you want a retirement, if you want to fund the kids through college, if you want to upgrade your home, if you want to get wealthy one day, start a business, and that's what we're here to talk about. So let's go ahead and talk about how to make your money back. There's 10 different ways that we pay. I'm going to give you guys a couple examples, and I'm going to hit on a few of these 10. First and foremost, we have a saying, 3 for free, stars and cars. Now, 3 for free means go refer 3 customers, get your product for free. You learned about that in the first half of the presentation. Rising stars, about going out there getting your first few promoters. And then qualifying for your car is about becoming a regional director. Let's go through this right now. We want you to come aboard with an executive or star, and in your first 30 days, get your first 3 customers so you can get your product for what? Free. And then go get your first 3 executive promoter systems so you can become a rising star director inside your first 30 days. This is how you make your money back. There's no way that you will earn less than $500 if in your first 30 days you go get your 3 customers and you go get your first 3 executive promoter systems. We have a weekly enroller pool so that when you go and do this faster, you can actually get more money out of it. So if you go get your 3 executive promoters in your second week, you'll actually get double points in that pool. And if you go get your first 3 executive promoters in your first week, you'll get triple points in that pool, and you'll earn nearly $1,000 or more in your first week. If you want to go beyond that, instead of referring 3 executive promoters, refer 3 star promoters, and you'll earn well over $1,000 if you go get those first 3 star promoter systems put in the system in your first week. How many of you guys wouldn't mind making an extra $500 to $1,500 in your first 7 to 30 days with us, right? So that's how you're going to make your money back. Now let's take this a little bit further. You just saw the 3 for free and the stars part. Let's talk about your car. Go help 6 people do what you just did in this example and have $12,500 in volume and with some structure, and you'll be a regional director. Now, a regional director with us makes on average an extra $1,800 a month with a BMW payment in that. Now, here's the interesting thing. For most households, $1,800 a month part-time is a car payment with their BMW, a house payment, and a big dent in their grocery bill because they're getting free meal replacements with us. How many of you would be excited to have a house payment, a car payment, and a big dent in your grocery bill with a part-time business with us? Anybody be excited about that? There's no doubt. Now, we've done that 18,000 times. So this isn't like I'm coming to you guys today saying, I've got a new idea. This may or may not work. 18,000 BMW qualifiers. And we want to do tens of thousands more. in this last 10 years, we've had 2 waves. In the first 5 years, we did about 50 to 60 million in total sales. It was a nice little company. The second wave, the last 5 years, we did $1.65 billion in sales. Recently, we've just launched an entirely new business model with challenge groups. Let me ask you a question. If the last 5 years we did $1.65 billion in sales, what do you think Wave 3 is going to look like? What do you think the next 5 years is going to look like? More importantly, what will it mean for you? What piece of it will you take for you? Will you get started and be an entrepreneur with us and help contribute at the highest level and take this company to billions and beyond? If so, you have a decision to make. So the question right now is, are you a 1, 2, or 3? A type 1 person, they just want to be a customer and get on the challenge and have a transformation. I thank you guys, and we appreciate the fact that you would choose us. The second type of person wants to have a transformation, but they also want to try to get their kit for free. Let us help you do that. The third type of person, though, they want to be a part of that Wave 3. They want to be an entrepreneur, and they want to change not only their life, the life of their family to come. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the challenge. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time.